And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, getting into game number 2 between Harvard and Waterloo. Game number 1, pretty convincingly, actually that's kind of a nice way of praising it, definitely convincingly going over into the hands of Waterloo, 1-0 up in the series, but it's not over yet. We've seen bigger comebacks in best of 3, so maybe if in these couple minutes between games, Harvard was able to sit down, use their 200 IQ brains to decide exactly what went wrong and mathematically patch the holes, we'll see a better game 2 coming out and around.
Yeah, we're actually seeing pretty much the same straightforward advance from both sides. Aria, Elise, Caitlyn.
All it needs is Gangplank to round it out from the first time.
Yeah. And so right now it'll be good to see if they do pull out that Gangplank. Or I guess ban out that Gangplank. I don't know.
Who do you ban out? I mean, if you're looking at that saying, we're going to change one ban, what champion from the last game are you like, that was the problem?
I don't know.
Obviously, Gangplank.
Yeah, I guess Gangplank is still the problem, guys.
First big follow bear. That'd be fun.
That would be real fun. I wonder if they're just gonna let them have Zach again. No, don't pick the Karma first.
They want it
again.
Well, right. It's a different side this time because it was Harvard with Karma last time, and now Waterloo's gonna take that one.
Yeah, I guess I wonder if they're just gonna try to do the ultimate BM and just win with the exact same comp.
That would be pretty rude.
That would be really rude,
to say the least.
So you do have Karma flex pick mid bot again.
Just from the styles we saw, I would expect that to go support. That seems more Sherb's game right there than what we saw from I'll Do My Best. Of course, that's drawn from just one game.
Yeah,
but
all that player knowledge that we have after
absolutely, sure.
that one game.
20 seconds left. Still silence coming out from the side of Harvard. Taking all their time.
Yeah.
Just going to run out the clock.
I mean,
mind games.
Yeah, that's right. No shame in waiting until the last second to get those.
No, absolutely not.
To get those picks in.
Keep your opponents on their toes.
Right.
Ooh, Lee Sin locked in. I love it.
I mean, Harvard did make the right picks in banning out the Rise Camille, but I mean, is the Gangplank actually going to be more scary than the Zac that last time?
Right, and unless Shauner's just, a renowned beast on him. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if Fiora gets picked, it'll be fun to see her. In the top lane, I haven't seen some Fiora playing a little bit here. Vayne getting picked.
Platoon wants it. Ain't broke, don't fix it, he says. That's going to be fine, especially into Ezreal. Vayne's one of those champions that is really not going to have too many problems.
Yeah, I mean, she just has to make sure she stays out of Q range and stays behind those minions.
Do it.
Ah, nope. Yeah, so as long as...
We almost had a fun game to watch.
Fun? You mean a 40-minute game with Nasus pressing Q?
Yes! Oh, man, at least it had something to track in the top lane.
That's right.
Fights.
How many stacks does he have now? Yeah, Lee Sin actually coming out for Sir Ducksworth, trying a little bit more of a... Maybe I would say more of an early game aggressive champion. Hopefully he can make something work, get that early and mid game damage out. Be really, really awesome to see them pick something up there. Ezreal is a safe pick. He's pretty strong right now too, like you were talking about earlier. Playing into the Vayne, I mean, Vayne gets pretty outranged by Ezreal just because of his Mystic Shot.
Absolutely,
it's got a really long range. Vayne just needs to be careful about
and a relatively short cooldown.
Yeah, she needs to be safe about her positioning.
Trundle would be a pretty interesting switch around.
I mean, Trundle into Nautilus is actually really good because Trundle can use his ult to take away a lot of Nautilus's tankiness early on. Maybe try to get something up there in the top lane early.
That said, though, I don't think Barbecue Q's Poppy was really a big part of the problem for Harvard last game.
I don't think so either, but she also didn't add a lot, right?
Sure.
It wasn't part of the problem, but it wasn't part of the solution.
It was a couple styled divergences there for Zac, but diversions, I'm sorry, for Zac, and then he just still kept on going anyway.
Yeah. So this is actually really great.
Point made and taken.
Yeah, so we're probably going to see Nocturne in the jungle, Echo in...
Wherever Echo goes these days.
Yeah, I think he's going to be in mid lane because they did kind of nerf his tankiness, so he has to pick one or the other, right?
Sure.
You either do damage or you go tank, right?
They could do some weird stuff and send him top and have Nautilus support and Karma mid.
But that's like way too spicy for this level.
That would be something else entirely. It may come down to just whatever South Korea locks in for Binu there is going to be the mid lane pick. He has the counter pick and a pretty good idea of who his lane opponent is, so...
Yeah. I mean, seeing a Yasuo, I mean, everyone makes fun of Yasuo mains, right?
Oh, absolutely. He's going to opt for the Orianna again.
Yeah, and that's honestly not that bad. Orianna, actually, I don't know. The Orianna last game was kind of underwhelming, to be honest. She missed a lot of ults. She missed like ults where they could have gotten a kill if she had gotten it. And so it's like one of those things, like she needs to make sure she's on point with those ults this game. They did change out a couple of the components of their team. So I mean,
so one of the biggest deterrences for Orianna toward the end of last game, when in the grouping up and team fighting stage, was that Zyra. Just the fact that you'd get near and then Zyra would just be like, nah, sorry, and then Zach would jump on your face. So with this comp, it's a lot less jump out of thin air and fall on you and make you cry. And so maybe that'll play into a little bit more of Binu's strength on that Orianna.
Yeah. And I mean, you do have, like, now on the side of Waterloo, you do only have, like, one like, really natural tank, right?
Sure.
Nautilus. I mean, Nocturne can get tanky.
He builds an item or two.
Yeah, he
tapers him out through the team fights.
Right, it helps him stay alive. And so I think that in terms of you know, like, who's running the League of Tanks right now, they're pretty even in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Although I think Nocturne does end up doing more damage than Lee Sin, in my opinion.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and plug our last commercial for you, we promise. Then we'll get back to sweet, sweet League of Legends action after the 3-minute delay.
Only $14.99.
Don't miss the call. Download Band. Communication made easy.
And we are back. 2 minutes left on the clock. Going to use this time before we continue talking about the game to, again, give a plug to all of our sponsors for those of you who may have missed it the first time or just want to hear it again. So, of course, big shout-outs to Band Gaming. You just saw their commercial. Great social app that we use here at CSL. Twitch, of course, the most amazing company to work with.
Yeah.
Very happy to have them in our corner. Very happy to be partnered with them. And if you would like to figure out how you as well can be partnered with Twitch and bring some high-quality broadcasts to life, there's always twitter.com/Twitch and facebook.com/Twitch where you can go to learn more.
And lastly, we want to give a big shout out and welcome ASUS to the CSL family for the 2016-2017 season. Provider of everything esports, from all their wonderful products such as monitors, laptops, routers, graphics cards, motherboards, and a lot more. Don't enter your next battle unless you're equipped with ASUS, and I can actually attest to that. I run one of the Republic of Gaming motherboards.
Sure, yeah.
And it's actually a really, really great board.
Monitor we're casting from right now is actually ASUS, and it could not be any clearer at CRISPR.
Yeah, the VG2478QE or something like that is by far one of the best monitors on the market right now, actually.
Okay.
So now with 45 seconds left, we do have a little bit more time.
Biggest thing for me to talk about right now. Teleport mid.
Yeah, so Teleport Echo actually isn't super surprising.
No, I mean, it's expected, but
yeah,
it is going to have an impact on how the game was played versus the non-teleporting Azir from last game.
Right, since the Echo is in the mid lane, right, so he can get to both top and bot lane a little bit easier than if he was in the top lane, just based on the nature of the map, right? So the teleport is going to be able to add a little bit more survivability in lane to survive that poke that's going through on the side of Orianna. So he can hopefully kind of sustain through that, at least in the ability to be able to teleport. He may not necessarily teleport to get into fights, but he'll definitely want the teleport to get in and out of lane.
Right.
And now we are going to load into the game. I'd like to see what their level 1 strats are. See if they'll run the same safe, like, spread kind of level 1 strat where they, like, put those wards out.
Right.
The word that I couldn't think of for some reason.
Just the defensive line.
Right. Yeah, do the night line, right?
Mm-hmm. Keep it safe. Keep it secure.
Nice Lord of the Rings quote. I like it.
Well, that's keep it secret, keep it safe. But
it's the same thing.
That was on same wavelength.
Right. Same thing.
Okay. I'm excited to see what particularly Junior Boogie can do on Ezreal. I don't think Jhin really catered to his skill set very well from just what we were able to pick up and see from last game. So we'll see if this happens to be any different here. And it's a pause
Pause.
off the bat.
Yeah, really quick pause time coming out. Probably somebody may have gone to the bathroom,
Sure.
Happens to me all the time.
Game crashed, they're saying. Ouch, that's always unfortunate. I remember back in Season 4, it was just constant bug splats for me. I'd load in for threes playing Dr. Mundo, and out of nowhere,
Oh, Dr. Mundo. If only Dr. Mundo came back again for the League of Tanks.
So it kind of stinks, because the last time we really saw him prevalent was not in his best form. It was back in the day of one person played Mundo, one person played Shyvana, and top lane just sat there all game long, slapping each other around. That's actually when the term wet noodle fight was coined by one of the LCS casters, maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember. So, yeah, actually, it's pretty. I'm trying to remember all the fun league history that I know, but unfortunately, I'm not a super hardcore fan since like season 2. I didn't start until about season 4-ish.
Sure.
So.
And it's hard when you put on the spot. I can't just ask you for a history lesson in League.
I mean, I probably couldn't give it to you even if I wasn't on the spot, to be honest. So we are gonna just wait out this pause time here for a minute, real quick.
Hopefully, we'll know a little bit more as the situation unfolds. Get some word from the top as to what's going on, who's where.
Yeah, and Ezreal does have a bit more escape in the bot lane with his phase shift.
Yep.
So he can kind of get away from the Nocturne ganks a little bit better, and maybe even get away from the Nautilus.
And it's going to be a little bit harder, I think, for Nocturne to actually stick to the AD carry than Zac.
Yeah, and yes and no, right? So Zac can use his knock up, let's bounce, and he can dive right in there, right? But if Nocturne lands his Q, it does create that darkness trail where he does get a movement speed boost chasing that one champion. So I mean, he can stick to targets a little bit more that way. He's got his miniature spell shield a la Sivir, and we are back into the game.
Yeah, Junior Boogie has boogied his way back on into this game, so have some action for you here in just a couple quick seconds. Maybe we'll see some fun level 1s coming out. Lee Sin does cater to that pretty well, along with some strong level 1 potential from especially that Zyra pick, I think. So
yeah, there's not a lot coming out from Orianna, though, so you really just have Zyra and Lee Sin, but they don't have a lot of early damage to
And it
to
looks
do a
like
whole lot.
even though they might have it, they're not going to use it.
Yeah, and actually, that's actually something to be really careful of, because a little early
Yeah, it's
chomp fight.
preview of what's to come.
My favorite.
Yep. And that's the story of top lane.
Good stuff. So there are a couple of pings coming out. Ezreal pinging out Vayne, knowing that she's there. Not. I think everyone kind of realizes that nothing too exciting is going to be happening at the beginning of this game right now.
Sure.
Probably just setting up those safe strats. Both junglers. Maybe I lied. It looks like both junglers are going to start their red.
Okay, yeah.
So Lee Sin starting top and Nocturne starting top. So it looks like top might be bot might be the prio for them.
Sure. Minor advantage to Nocturne in this situation, just because red is on the strong side of the map for him. He will have the bot lane there to support. Barbecue Q, again, actually going to help the jungler on the top side of the map. We saw this happen last time around where Barbecue Q and Sir Ducksworth took time to do the top side camp, and QQ is actually late to lane for it.
Yeah, but like you said, it was like kind of that level 2 advantage, but there really wasn't.
Well, it's not going to make a huge use of it, sure.
Yeah, not a huge use unless they do some kind of like cheesy teleport level 2 strats,
That would be next level, especially with 2 teleports.
Ezreal taking a lot of poke early on. About 3/4 of the health already, getting a couple of shots from Vayne, and then
the 1-2 punch from Karma there.
Yeah.
Zyra, good presence of mind to try to trade it back, but all in all, not quite enough. Nice shot.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying with at least having Ezreal there.
They are
he can,
bloodthirsty.
Yeah, they really want to fight, and that's actually that's really a lot of fun for viewers. Yeah.
That's going to be
Me too, actually.
where level 2 is going to definitely come into play. Maybe not in the top lane, but for certain in that bot lane. And you know what? I misspoke. Barbecue Q, first one to level 2. So
Yeah. Echo taking some damage, poke damage from Orianna as expected. Trundle might be in some trouble.
actually, yeah, they could pressure out for a summoner here. I don't think Shauna wants to fight with all these minions around, but look at that. He's going to get a kill if he flashes here.
Nah, he's probably not going to go for it. Even if he did flash, he didn't have.
There was no guarantee.
Yeah, and I don't think he had his cooldowns up either.
Sure, Dredgeline may not have been where it needed to be. So all in all, actually, still very favorable for Shauner. He's gonna just stay full health and mana in that top lane and force it back from his opponent.
Echo having to take all that free damage, trying to take the cannon minion. I mean, that's like right play for mid lane, right?
Right.
You have a melee versus a ranged, and he goes up for that cannon. You've got a bunch of, you can just get a bunch of free poke down, right?
Sure.
And that's the kind of thing that you want to punish early. See if you can make Echo take that early back, try to get that early CS lead. Maybe make him use his teleport to get back in lane so he doesn't get too far behind. And that's one of the things you want to do. You want to slow down the Echo.
Absolutely, yeah. You don't want that getting out from under you because that can change the pace of a game like that.
Yeah, and Echo actually did use his teleport to get back in lane. So
that's a pretty safe thing to do in these early minutes. It's going to be up at 8 minutes. A lot of times we don't even see dragon attempts from then. Even so, it's not like he needs to be
right
everywhere at once while most of his towers are still up on the map.
Yeah, and actually a little bit of the greed build coming out on the side of Echo. For I'll do my best, get in the Dark Seal instead of starting with the Dorms. Pretty confident plan there.
Gotta be, because he really just took a bit of a beating from Orianna there in the lane. Had to burn his teleport, so to come in with an item like that says, okay, I figured it out.
Yeah, well, I think he started with that item and then picked up the amplifying.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what? I had it backwards, so that's.
Nocturne, getting a catch.
Zyra will hold up with 2 from getting on over there, so should be pretty good, but they bit off more than he can chew now. They're getting collapsed on pretty well. Ducksworth is going to have to call on the summoner heal, and it's not going to be enough. Nice first blood from Vayne getting in there. South Korea could be next. It's going to force a flash at a minimum, and Junior Boogie's on out, says can't do it.
Yeah, Nocturne has that nice blue ward right there. Saw Lee Sin going up. Lee Sin used his W to get over Krugs, right?
Right.
To escape. Nocturne got his Q down, chased Lee Sin all the way to Dragon Pit.
And then the Vayne into the wall.
Yeah.
Finished it off.
Yeah, Lee Sin had to flash over Dragon Wall to try to get away from the Nocturne and ended up just into the hands of the Vayne and the Karma.
Absolutely.
Trundle getting pushed down pretty early. Looks like
Dino could be in a little bit of trouble here. Does bring a flash, says, you know what, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I could have gotten out with just the ghost, but maybe nervous there.
Yeah, he got the Echo time distortion, Chrono Break. Yeah, that was the Echo Chrono Break was like really on point. The Nautilus maybe.
Oh, that's the flash in. That's the kill. Shauner takes that one. Says thank
But
you very
he's
much.
gonna die
Oh
for
my
it.
goodness.
Little too ham. I don't think he had
Bit of an overplay. Yeah.
His
Dredge line.
His dredge line up to try to get away from that.
Sure.
So.
I think he used it in the initial harass that led to the diving situation. So.
Yeah, but to be fair, it doesn't really. I mean, okay, you traded a kill over, but now you're still 20 CS out.
Sure.
Trundle's not using his teleport to get back into lane, so he's not going to catch up on that CS.
Both of them are going to want it. Fire Dragon is the first one on the board, so very important for whomever can take that one first.
Yeah, it's really. The Infernal Drake is actually always really great to have early. So. Karma is going to probably get some early wards out. She's going a little bit. She's going a little deep there, but I mean, not a big deal. No one's in lane. They probably know Lee Sin's. They can probably guess that Lee Sin was top lane.
Sure.
Kind of making his way down bot right now. Got a good ward on try. Hopefully they can see Lee Sin with that ward and then get some good information to make something happen around the map.
Absolutely. Knowing where the enemy jungler is so critical, just in terms of maintaining your own paths and patterns and ganks. So.
Yeah. The more information you have on the enemy jungler, the more information your jungler has. He can
all
counter
about the
gank,
League of
he
Mind
can
games.
counter gank, he can gank where Lee Sin's not. And those small advantages at the beginning of the game really add up.
Oh, yeah.
And so having good ward vision at the start of the game is extremely powerful.
At this point, last game, we saw... hang on, we'll get back to that in a second. As Barbecue Q has to burn the ghost to try to run out of there. I'm sorry, not the ghost, I'm blanking.
Oh.
The go fast for Trundle. And he flashes back over the wall. So
Yeah,
Summoner does come out in the end.
Yeah, it's like the... I just keep thinking of Morgana like Corrupted Soil, but that's not it. It's
No.
his W that makes him run fast.
Sure. So
And hit fast.
either way, he's out of there. Does burn the flash, though. Good presence from Chitogi-chan to just burn out that top lane summon. I'd expect to see him back before too long.
Yeah, I mean, really
Teleport, too.
Yeah, this is really great.
That's
rotate,
pretty
though.
big.
Yeah, that gives Nautilus teleport advantage. So now he can either go back and teleport into lane to keep applying pressure to Trundle, or they can try to set something up in the bot lane. Nocturne is camping in that bush, maybe trying to make something happen. He does have his ult up. He can try to get something, but that bot lane is going to be hard
Pretty
to...
well tucked back here.
Gonna be hard to
Ooh,
get.
it's the gank. They're going to go in on South Korea. Half its health instantaneously. The other half soon to follow as Platoon joins in, slaying South Korea.
Yeah, I actually lied. That wasn't hard to get.
Nope.
Zyra didn't have her flash up, so
Sure.
like after I said that, I was like, oh wait, no flash.
All the same, pretty free. Took that one. Said thank you very much. And moving right on along. So Nocturne, pretty critical play coming out.
Yeah, Nocturne's playing pretty heavy. Ezreal trying to get the snipe off, missing it by just a couple hundred health, and then good smite by Nocturne to save that.
Cool. Grim position to be in if you're Harvard. At this point last game, you weren't so far behind, but now it's feeling like the guys from Waterloo are just playing with a little bit fewer inhibitions, I'll say.
Yeah.
Shauner's definitely more aggressive in lane. They don't feel like they need to bring him down for the teleport to take that first dragon away. Only thing I'm seeing well corrected, actually, from the side of Harvard from last game, one area we definitely have to praise him in, is Binu's been playing so much better than he was this time around. He had to burn the flash early on, and that's still hurting him a little bit, but he's quite up in CS, and is really laying a good bit of pressure to all do my best. So where mid lane was very vulnerable last game, Harvard seems to have at least patched that quite well.
Yeah, and Nocturne was there. Maybe you try to make something happen in the mid lane, but Lee Sin was also there.
Sure.
There is not a whole lot of ward coverage. Man,
I know.
there's not a whole lot of ward coverage from the side of Waterloo, but there really isn't from Harvard either. Both of them are working with limited vision, really only seeing what's happening in the river right now.
Right. Without the dragon, it's not as critical. All you really need to have that vision for is, of course, keeping an eye on jungle. So, with neither of them having much information in that regard, it's going to be double blind, cancels itself out. They're all right.
Yep. Nothing too exciting happening there. Zyra is getting a nice little ward there. She gets one and try, and then one actually past try. So that way they can see if Nocturne's waiting in the wind's going to use his ult to maybe ult into the middle of bot lane.
Well, he does have it up, and it worked quite well for him last time.
Oh,
Ooh, from downtown.
It almost makes me wonder if Nautilus wasn't expecting that to hit, because right when he hit it,
He just started backing off. I was like, nah, well, maybe not.
I don't want to be
Sometimes
here.
you bite off more than you can chew.
That's right. Trundle still 22 CS behind about where he was when we checked in on him last.
Sure, yeah. Does
So-
have the kill in his pocket, but he didn't really even earn that one himself. It was just kind of given due to Shauner messing up into the tower.
My.
Well, right now there's no tower to fall back to, so Barbecue Q could be in trouble, if not for the help of Sir Ducksworth trying to turn it around. But here's Nocturne. Chitogi's going to do a hell of a lot of damage, and just like that, it's going to be Ducksworth following Barbecue Q as well, getting flashed on. Bino's here. He's going to try for it. Double kill is out for Nocturne, but it is turned around. Now Bino has that one up, but will fall himself. It looks like they'll give it over to I'll Do My Best, and he comes out better for the situation.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That
was not how you wanted that to go.
That was almost really good until Echo showed up.
It was almost really good until it wasn't.
Yeah. We were winning until we weren't, right?
Absolutely. So, all in all, definite advantage coming out for the side of Waterloo. Strong presence around the entire map.
Yeah. It was a really good gank by Lee Sin. He was coming in there from good pressure, trying to back him up. Except for Nocturne was there to back him up, and then Orianna came to try to clean it up, but then Echo was there. It was just the rotations and the
All
flow of
just
it.
cascaded out of their control, really, before they knew what was happening.
Right, and it was good jungle sense by Nocturne to follow. It was really good by Orianna to follow her team,
Yeah.
but then Echo just followed too. And
Ooh, I'll do my best. Looking to lay it down. Does get caught up. Lee Sin Q connects, but he doesn't want it. And just like that, South Korea obliterated behind his own line. That tower hasn't even fallen yet, so for Echo to be able to just come in there so presumptuously,
Yeah.
I don't know what the right word to use there is, but whatever it is, he did it, he used it, and took it. So
yeah, if you look at
first tower going.
the CS lead, just like the gold lead across the map and where it's concentrated, right? Nocturne is 23 CS up on Lee Sin. He's way stronger, and that was very evident in that gank in the top lane, right? Echo had one kill at the time of that happening, 1 kill, 1 assist. Vayne has 2 kills, right? there's just a lot of things happening across the board. These small advantages turning into large ones across the map in terms of little scraps and little
At this
fights.
point, yeah, 4K gold's not that small of an advantage when you have first tower and first dragon in your pocket as well. So
yeah, and the next dragon is actually spawning here in 1 minute and 20 seconds. So
both teleports are up. We should see maybe a pretty good scrap across.
yeah, and that'd be. I'm anticipating both teams to set up pretty readily for dragon, with that being the next contested major objective on the map.
Okay, so it's Cloud Drake.
Not.
We'll
not
put
great.
quotes around the word major.
Yeah. But
The next major objective.
right, so you kind of want to do whatever you can right now to deny as much as you can from the side of Waterloo, right?
Yeah.
They're already pretty far ahead. The last thing you need to do is give them more speed to rotate faster around the map.
Oh, wow. South Korea going to have to flash right out of that one. Then the target, but Binu just as immobile and now very much dead. South Korea will be the next to fall. No. Yes, Platoon takes that one. Sir Ducksworth on the run for his life. Now, Lee Sin is a little slippery, and we've seen him be slippery in the past, but double kill for Vayne.
Yeah. Teleport's not trying to come out at all because both of them respect the interrupt from it.
Sure. Yeah.
Nautilus with the dredge line and the
Trundle Pillar.
Trundle pillar. So not a whole lot happening, but you're gonna see bot lane.
A whole lot
probably
happening.
get-
Top. Yeah, bot lane, on the
Yeah.
other hand, is
Towers
getting chewed on.
probably gonna fall. Nocturne is gonna put a lot of pressure on this mid lane tower. He does have a fair bit of attack damage. He has his Stalker's Blade, I believe it is, or Hunt.
We'll hover it, don't worry.
Yeah.
I got your
Sorry.
back here.
The
Skirmisher's Saber,
Yeah,
right? The
Skirmisher.
yellow one, we know what it is.
Right, Skirmisher's Saber with the attack speed buff along with 2 long swords. So he's already pretty far ahead in damage.
That's
and
mid
attack
tower
speed.
gone.
And mid tower is going to be gone. So
I wonder if-
Nocturne's
yes.
taking really good advantage.
They'll take Dragon right out through that too. So that's a 2 tower, 3 kill, and 1 dragon game for pretty unanswered. Going pretty unanswered on side of Harvard.
Yeah, I mean, one of those kills, like you said, was by a bit of a misplay from Niles, getting a little too greedy under the tower.
Yeah.
So, you've really only seen like 1 kill come out from the side of Harvard, but I think this is one of those things where they kind of are having a little bit of problems in champion select, I think.
Yeah.
Because their champion, like, they're not picking any large tanks.
Sure.
And I feel like tanks in this meta are it's kind of...
And I feel like, especially from the side of Binu, he has been having a much better game, so we do have to credit him for that. But picking Orianna again, when you know that Platoon's on Vayne, when you know exactly what Platoon's Vayne can do, and not going with a mid that can maybe roam a little bit better, get down, sort of dunk on the Vayne before she becomes that big of a problem, it's too late now. We have a 4-0-0 Vayne.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, 142 CS. I mean, she's very far ahead of
We'll
pretty
look
much
at the goal
anyone.
discrepancy. Yeah, it's 7.3K.
See it, Trundle.
Yeah, goodbye. Flashes out of that, and that's always the worst, because the second you tap that F key, or D if you're some sort of godless heathen, you find, you see the particle falling, and you're like, ah, no, good lord.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
And tower's gone too. So.
There's no way I was going to get away from that. And this actually looks like it's shaping up to be a bit of a quicker game almost than the last one.
Right, we're 9 minutes away from the 25-minute mark, which is where last game ended, but by this time, 5 towers, I don't think we'd seen, so definitely a little bit of a quicker play from Waterloo. Nice catch. Goodbye, South Korea. Wow, Nocturne is being so big, and this Platoon does get shut down with the greed.
Yeah, being alone in the top lane is main can only work if you know where the rest of the enemy team is.
Right,
And if
almost
they're-
got Sir Ducksworth, though, so
Yeah,
right there.
he almost traded 1 for 1, but I mean, I guess.
Oh, man, I'll do my best. I'd say he's in trouble, but he's really just kind of not. Just walking out.
Just kind of doing echo things.
Just echo
Rolling.
things.
Rolling. Teleporting.
Wow. Situation looks pretty grim for Harvard here.
Yeah, this is going to be a really hard game to come back from. I don't think they have the champions to do the comeback, right? They don't,
Unlikely, anyhow.
they don't have the scaling they need. Like, where's your damage?
Right. Oh, goodbye, Lisa. I think Sean is going to make quick work of this one. He is alone at this point. We have Chitogi getting in there. Will help secure the kill with the smite, and will actually take that one for himself. Shauner has to flash out, but it's going to be at very minimal cost, as Barbecue Q should be the next one to fall here. QQing quite a bit on the way out. South Korea and Binu, very squishy, immobile targets. I don't see this going well for you guys. Oh no, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Goodbye.
Not like this.
Oh, okay.
Oh!
Nice one, though. There's Binu coming back into himself.
Fight.
We're going to assume that was the intent. Trade support for a new kill on the mid.
Yeah, that was
That's 200 IQ Harvard tactics.
all part of the plan.
Right. See, we're just this is exactly what Harvard wants us to think, right?
Yeah.
They're in prime position, being underestimated, not taken seriously by their opponents. I don't want to say that because it obviously looks like the performance Waterloo's putting up definitely takes them and any opponent quite seriously. They're playing a phenomenal game of League of Legends.
Yeah,
But all the same,
very clean. Nice rotations. Monte
Harvard,
Cristo would be proud.
Harvard is in absolute sleeper OP position.
That's right.
We're playing right into their hand.
No one would expect the 10.3k gold deficit comeback.
No, not a bit.
So, we're gonna see a blue take here for Oriana. She's gonna get like her second blue of the game.
The blue be new.
Yeah, be good to have. You know, she could use that mana regen and the stats because we both know she's very starved for the stats right now with that 221 and 176 CS.
Oh,
Is
there goes
Vayne
Platoon.
going for
That is just absolutely decimating.
Oh.
Look at that, 5 shots.
Oh my.
And he's gone.
Yeah, that's
Something else.
that is something else. I mean, Vayne's way too strong.
Sure.
I mean, like she's just really strong right
6-1-0.
now. Phantom Dancer, i.e. Berserker's boots, right?
They took their Herald. I don't think they needed that. That was just vanity.
It was just there. It's because it goes away in 30 seconds. So, that is honestly, it's like one of those things you get some gold for taking it. It's a nice little buff to have when you walk around the map. Oh, good dodge. Binu just short again. Those are
Reminiscent of Game 1 ults, yeah.
yeah, those are the same ults that we saw in Game 1, and it's really hard to see someone miss this because the cooldown's pretty long on it too.
South Korea has died most every time that R button has been pressed by Nocturne, so not dying here, actually. That's, like I said, part of the plan.
Yep, all
Sure.
200 IQ tactics.
This is just what they want us
See?
to think.
Look at this.
Oh, Ducksworth's going in for it. He's going to get chipped down a little bit, but might survive, does not survive. I'll do my best, does his best right all over Ducksworth, and now Barbecue Q trying to salvage what's left of this engage, but all the while, this is a 4-on-5 Vayne just shredding that top lane.
Yeah, I mean, she was pushing in really fast. Nocturne has some really good items already. He's got that Blade of the Rune King. He finished his Skirmisher Saber, as we talked about earlier, finished his Tier 2 boots. Nautilus getting tanked up. He's really actually just building armor because on the side of AP damage, they really don't have a lot. Ezreal is probably the scariest thing on their team right now.
Well, I don't know. So, Oriana
is...
threat?
Yeah, she might be an AP threat, but I mean, like, if he just
In
stays out
terms
of her
of
way,
yeah,
right?
practical damage, you raise a good point. That's another Fire Drake going into the pockets of Waterloo as if they needed any more. But it's a nice balance, right? Fire, water, we get.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the last one was air, though.
Oh, that's because Waterloo.
Dude, that was good. Thanks for explaining that to me.
If I have to explain it, it's not. Either way, I guess that's a bit of a moot point as we're sitting here explaining a game to people who probably know more about this game than we do.
Same.
Beautiful. What a time to be alive, my friend.
Right. So, this is just, I feel like this is one of those things where if Waterloo groups up, pushes, they'll win. But I think they might be trying to take the Baron for that double safety. But, nothing throws games better than a Baron.
Brutal combat? Nope. They decided no. And if anyone can steal a Baron effectively, it's Lee Sin.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Oriana!
Ooh, Binu.
Gimped.
Goodbye.
So
Gone. That's definitely Baron. TFW, no steal.
Yeah, so this is what we were talking about earlier, right? I was just saying like 20 seconds ago.
Yep.
Get the Baron, get the extra safety, push in, finish the game.
Right.
Can be real.
It was off the back of Baron that they really stormed through and took the last game, so possibly a pretty big critical path point in their comfortability winning strategy. We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh man. Tower's gonna go down. Inhibitor soon to follow with the bolstered minion wave right there, so that should be all three across the board as soon as the top lane chips out. Goodbye, gone. And here they're going to go under the tower. South Korea absolutely decimated. Ults back to safety from the side of I'll do my best. Definitely doing more than just his best this game, and that's going to be both Nexus towers down. The final fight is breaking out. It's really just a formality, as it looks like Waterloo will be cinching this in a quick 2-0 double kill stat pad for the Vayne. And that's the game.
Yeah, that's, I mean,
23 minutes on the board, triple kill, I'm sorry, getting the kill in the fountain just to BM that much. And that will be 23 minutes and roughly 10 seconds for the victory of the side of Waterloo, 2-0 over Harvard, and making an absolutely astonishing first show into ULoL.
yeah, very, very strong play. They played extremely well. They had... let's leave the stats up here for a second.
Yep.
We can just go through it
Sure.
real fast. I mean, just looking
Almost
at this
a
side,
20k cold difference.
yeah, just looking at Waterloo, I mean, across the board, they got those small leads early, right? They were able to take the small fights, get what they needed to early, and then just put the damage out to win those mid-game fights that really just kind of propelled them forward.
Look at a Platoon with 12.5k gold is the only
Yeah.
story you need to know for how quickly this game closed out. 12.5k at 23 minutes. Absolutely monstrously fed.
Yeah, I mean, extremely good game. I expect Harvard. I think Harvard will bounce back. I mean,
Sure.
I think they'll take a look at this and go back, maybe see like, hey, what could we have done? Maybe take a look at our picks and bans, see what was something that could have countered what they played against us, right?
Maybe this is all part of the greater strategy.
Yeah, and the thing is
For
like
the first game, sandbag. This is China sandbagging at Worlds all over again. How do we not see it? Ugh.
the strats are they're pro level strats now.
Harvard, you played your hearts out, and we cannot thank you enough for it. GG to both Waterloo and Harvard. Waterloo resoundingly victorious.
And we actually are going to sign off for the night. There is going to be, I believe, one more game coming up here at 7 o'clock. So make sure to stay around, stay tuned for that.
That is, of course, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time,
Oh.
10 o'clock East Coast, Beast Coast time.
Yeah, which is actually where Kyle and I are.
East Coast number 1.
Is that East Coast, Beast Coast time, so I apologize for the misspoke. It is going to be 7 p.m. Pacific time, as Kyle said.
One last shout out to our sponsors. By this time, you know who they are. Band, Gaming, Twitch, and Asus. We could not do this without you, so thank you so much for continuously and joyfully supporting us. We'll play a commercial on the way out, and we hope you all have a great night. Stick around for the next stream.
Ben, Sam, and Ken are on separate journeys to defeat the menacing Vile Dragon. But let's just say luck isn't on their side. If only there was a way for them to find each other and band together. Well, that's why there's Band. It's a mobile app that allows people to come together using common interests. With Band, you can find fellow gamers, chat, schedule gaming sessions, and conduct polls. Stage epic battles with friends while sharing videos and photos along the way. So try Band today. Band. Be together.